Hey, Nicole Huntsman, your astrologer from moderncosmic.com. Today we're going to talk about Neptune and Sun, or Sun-Neptune, interaspects in synastry. So first of all, let's chat a little bit about Neptune. So Neptune, as you know, I would hope, if you're studying astrology, you realize that Neptune is very far away from the Sun and very far away from us here on Earth. Because of this, Neptune appears to move very slowly along the Sun's ecliptic through our sky. It takes about 14 years if you were to divide up the orbit, or the Sun's ecliptic, and you were to divide it up into 12 sections. Those would be the 12 zodiac signs. It takes it about 14 years or so to move through each of the zodiac signs. Okay, so wherever Neptune is at in your birth chart, you've got to consider the fact that anyone else who's born within your same year or so, their Neptune's going to be in a similar position, okay? And so that means if you've got tight Neptune aspects in your birth chart, anyone you date that's about your same age will also have these tight aspects to your Sun, okay? So that being said, it needs to be really, the orbs need to be tiny, tiny, okay? Like the same size of orb as yours or smaller. And we're talking, you've got to have an orb of 3 degrees or less, even like 2 degrees or less, okay? So let's say you don't have Sun-Neptune aspects in your chart, that's fine. And in fact, you will probably feel this even in a more pronounced way, okay? So what does that feel like? Neptune is our planet in astrology that holds space as the sort of spiritual, formless, if you think about it as almost the edge of the universe, right? We've got Pluto on out, and we've got, asteroids and whatnot, but Pluto is, they're out in that belt beyond Neptune. So Pluto for us, for all intents and purposes, is the furthest out point for us right now. But Neptune is on the very edge. And it's kind of like Neptune is, to me, I think of Neptune as like the spirit world in a sense, not the literal spirit world, but it represents spirit and formlessness. And then Pluto to me represents like death and rebirth. It's almost like you die, walk through the spirit world, death and rebirth, and then you come back to the Sun, kind of a thing. So, okay, that's enough of my my sort of esoteric explanations. But so with Neptune, it adds this spiritual, fuzzy, formless quality, okay, to a relationship. And what that looks like in concrete terms would be if my Neptune, let's say my Neptune makes a strong aspect to your Sun, okay? Let's say it opposes your Sun. If my Neptune opposes your Sun, I am going to see you in a way where you're very idealized to me. I throw my Neptunian energy. I love how Stephen Forrest says it. So I would Neptunize you and you would solarize my Neptune, okay? So what that means is I would see you as my ideal lover, or as this, if it's a romantic relationship, I would hold you in high esteem. I would put you on a pedestal. I would see you as sort of this idealized version of my romantic partner. You, in turn, would feel that sense of me aggrandizing you, and you, as the Sun person, would feel like you needed to live up to that, okay? And so you would then do your best to be the highest version of yourself. So, like, on the surface, this sounds really lovely. It sounds, it's very romantic, and it can be good. What can happen with this, though, is over time, you will have something happen, or some things happen as a Neptune person, where you'll see that Sun person as a real person. So I'll give you an example today, funny thing that happened today. So I'm taking my son to school, coming home, I stopped to get a drink, a Rockstar as I like to drink, this keeps me awake. Go into the gas station, just like getting my thing, all confident, like I usually am. And then I go to the front to buy it, and the lady's like, you have your sticker on the back of your pants, right? So I'm like laughing, I'm like, I'm an idiot. So yeah, I had like the sticker, the size of my pants on my new jeans, which is awesome, right? Total human moment. It happens. Okay, in a Sun-Neptune relationship, I use this just as like an example. As a Neptune person, you're going to see your Sun person experience things like this, where they are brought down to earth, and you see them in human terms, and you may either one of two things. It might make them even more endearing to you, or it might kind of disappoint you. Okay, I had a relationship for a couple of years that was a Sun-Neptune, it was a Neptune-Venus relationship, okay, because of transits. And that relationship was one where it was highly idealized in both directions, and it was one where it was like, you're my soulmate, you're my love of my life, kind of a thing, okay? Sun Neptune is similar Oh, and with that one, what happened is as soon as the transit moved, I just could see everything. I could see all the reality of the situation. I was like, how was I blinded to all of this before? Sun Neptune can be similar, but in that case, it was more romantic. Being, like I said, love of my life, that was sort of stripped away. I was like, you are not the love of my life. That's what happened. When it's Sun Neptune, it's more like, as an individual entity, this sun person seems like this ideal partner for you, this ideal human. Like you cast your sort of dreamy projections of this person being pretty damn perfect onto them, rather than the relationship as a, love of my life kind of thing. Now, of course, it can manifest in that way where if you find an individual highly idealized and pretty fantastic, there's a good chance you're going to fall in love with them and you may feel like this is the love of your life. But my only caution with this with Sun Neptune is, especially if at the same time you've got strong Neptune transits to your Sun, your Moon, your Venus, or this planet's have to do with romance, there's a good chance you're kind of in fuzzy la la land when it comes to making your decisions relative to romance. So you got to be careful that you really are aware of this person, what it is they're bringing into your life, and make sure you're not, like over idealizing their role in your life and over idealizing who they are. If you're on a pedestal, if you put someone on a pedestal, they're either going to jump off, fall off, or you're going to push them off. So pedestals have no place in relationships. It never goes well, ever, ever, ever. What I say is pull your projections back as best you can. Get to know this person before jumping headlong into this romance. And if you do get to the point where you're disillusioned, take a moment to just appreciate them for the humanness that they have. Try to bring the forgiveness that you learned and sort of the ability to overlook their faults from Neptune, but also allow the relationship to continue growing and see if this person really is everything you think that they are. And if they are, then great. And if not, then you need to make a decision. But that's Neptune Sun, like I said, can be very romantic and idealized, or it can feel like disillusionment. And it can also feel like you've been lied to, sins of omission. It can kind of feel like this person was not who they purported to be or who I thought they were, with the harder aspects. So let me know what your experiences have been with Sun Neptune. I'm curious. And other than that, have a fantastic day. May all of your jeans have the size stickers ripped off of them. All right, have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.